My name is H.A. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. Hit subscribe right now. The you know what is going down. There's not many people. There aren't many people on YouTube who started off on the left and now are Trump supporters. Thank God I left the cult that is on the left. They are a cult. There's some great people, great pundits, progressive pundits. Then there are some people on the left that are very disingenuous. But generally, people on the left like to circle the wagons, and they don't like to look at what's really going on, and they'd much rather talk about Trump, orange, Cheeto, Mussolini, horrible, bad, than actually look at the fact that Bernie Sanders was cheated. This is a systemic problem within the Democratic Party. They cheat all the time. We know that Arizona, now Georgia, but also Arizona and Florida, they are literally trying to steal elections the way they stole the election from Bernie Sanders, who he obviously didn't mind getting his election stolen. So he obviously didn't mind. He then campaigned for the same people who who cheated him during the DNC primary. We know categorically from the WikiLeaks DNC emails and Podesta emails, but the DNC emails, that the Democratic Party cheated Bernie Sanders. We know from the DNC fraud lawsuit, and thank God for Nico House, Jared Beck, and Elizabeth Beck, that the DNC thinks it's completely fine to cheat, especially cheat its own voters. Now, when they're not cheating their own voters, they're cheating American voters, just voters of all Democrats, Republicans, Independents, all voters. Let me read you Rick Scott's statement. Last Tuesday night, our win was projected to be around 57,000 votes. By Wednesday morning, the lead had dropped to 38,000. By Wednesday evening, it was around 30,000. This morning, it was around 21,000. This is today, November 9th. Now it's 15,000. On election night, Broward County said there were 643,000 votes cast. At 1 a.m. Tuesday, there were 695,700 ballots cast on Election Day. At 2:30 today, the number was up to 707,223 ballots cast on Election Day. And we learned that the number has increased to 712,840 ballots cast on Election Day. In Palm Beach County, there are 15,000 new votes found since election night. Okay, metropolitan centers, cities vote Democrat. 15,000 votes, and he went from a 57,000 vote lead to 15,000 in a matter of hours. So it's been 48 hours since the polls closed, and Broward County and Palm Beach counties are still finding and counting ballots. And the superiors, Brenda Snipes and Susan Booker, cannot seem to say how many ballots still exist. Ms. Snipes also was the subject of a ruling that showed that she illegally destroyed ballots in the Tim Canova, Debbie Wasserman Schultz race. This was last year, or early this year, where these ballots came from, or where they have been. The people of Florida deserve fairness and transparency, and the supervisors are failing to give it to us. Every Floridian should be concerned that there may be rampant fraud happening in Palm Beach and Broward counties. But we already know that there has been fraud. We already know that there has been. There have been judge rulings, court rulings, that state that ballots were illegally destroyed after being subpoenaed, after being the subject of lawsuits. So you have subpoenaed emails being destroyed with Hillary Clinton. You have Debbie Wasserman Schultz resigning in disgrace. Then Democrats blamed Russia for letting us know that Debbie Wasserman Schultz did so many things that forced her to resign in disgrace. And then it goes on. In 2016, Brenda Snipes' office posted election results half an hour before polls closed, a violation of federal election law. That same year, her office was sued for leaving amendments off ballots. Amendments off ballots, okay? Well, I mean, when have you ever heard of that? In 2014, Brenda Snipes' fellow Democrats accused her of individual and systemic breakdowns that made it difficult for votes to be cast regular ballots. Senator Nelson hired one of Hillary Clinton's lawyers from D.C. I've already discussed that. The same lawyers that the same lawyers that funded or that helped funnel money through the DNC into Fusion GPS for the Steele dossier that BuzzFeed published and then subsequently sued the DNC over. These lawyers have already been hired by Bill Nelson. It's insane. The cheating is insane. I'm going to find... I should have had this up already. Brenda Snipes allowed... okay, so hold on. There was a Sun Sentinel. Broward County supervisor illegally destroyed... Broward County election supervisor illegally destroyed ballots in Wasserman Schultz race. Judge rules. This was in May 14, 2018. This is regarding the 2006 race. The 2007 race with Tim Canova. This lady right now is the center of a recount where she's already been deemed to have destroyed ballots illegally. That's for Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who then resigned in disgrace. So you have Brenda Snipes, who illegally destroyed ballots for the Broward election supervisor, Brenda Snipes, who illegally destroyed ballots for Wasserman Schultz, who illegally funneled $200 million from Bernie voters in a fraud of epic proportions that Jared Beck, Elizabeth Beck, and Nico House uncovered in the DNC fraud lawsuit. And you can just, if people are not, you ask yourself which pundits spoke about. When I was on the left, I spoke about it endlessly, but ask yourself which pundits spoke about the DNC fraud lawsuit. If a person did not, that should tell you where they stand on the political spectrum. I'll leave it at that. But this goes beyond Rick Scott. Rick Scott is being cheated right now, and the worst thing about it is they say, well, he's making these claims without evidence. Well, you spent 2 years talking about Russia without any evidence at all. We have no evidence. Mueller should go ahead and investigate the Florida election board, or Debbie or Miss Snipes or Miss Wasserman Schultz. Or all the people hand-counting ballots in Arizona. By the way, 26,000 votes suddenly sent them ahead. It's interesting that when McSally and Scott were up after Election Day, suddenly they're down. Because the media is covering, just like they covered for the cheating before we saw the DNC emails. The media said, oh my, even The Nation... supposed to be the most liberal publication said, oh yeah, he was not cheated. This was just a conspiracy. Then we found out, yeah, he was cheated. He was cheated. And now, after Bernie, because apparently Bernie's the type of guy, I don't mind being cheated. I'm fighting the 1% by helping the 1% hurt the 99% while I lead them to fight the 1%. At the end of the day, Hillary calls the shots. I keep telling everyone this. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. I see McSally. Look, I can't. This is not ironclad, but I see McSally and Rick Scott winning because I can't fathom how they would suddenly find. Oh, isn't that a coinky-dink? Suddenly find from a Democratic Party known for cheating. And actually having been ruled by courts or having admitted through their own lawyers that they do cheat and they do things illegally, like destroy ballots, like rig Democratic primaries. I can't imagine that suddenly you just find 26,000 votes in Arizona, and by the way, there's 400,000 left. Maricopa County is one of the few metropolitan or urban areas that actually voted for Trump in 2016. And I can't seem to. They're going to have to explain how all of these thousands and thousands and thousands of ballots were found coincidentally and conveniently after the election that all went for Nelson's. Isn't that funny? Give me your thoughts below. He's supposed to be certified tomorrow as the next senator of Florida, Rick Scott. But we'll see. And then the recounts are still pending and all of that. There are legal battles beyond, endless legal battles. He was on Fox, Rick Scott, today, or just now, talking about this. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe. 57,000 to 15,000 in the matter of a day or so. 57,000 to 15,000. Give me your thoughts below. And then a total of 26,000 votes swung in a matter of hours from McSally to Sinema, to where Sinema's now up like 9,000, something like that. 9,600. Give me your thoughts. Hit subscribe right now. I give you the perspective of somebody. I wrote 100 articles stating only Bernie could defeat Trump and that Hillary Clinton would lose categorically. Not people who are like, well, I'm saying that she's going to win, but she could lose. That's not a prediction. Give me your thoughts. Hit subscribe right now. I was 100% right in 2016. Hit subscribe right now. Thank you.